The shocking truth behind why New York Mets superstar and former Yankee Juan Soto left the New York Yankees has been revealed, with some other anecdotes by Soto as well, while Aaron Judge has also spoken out on the Juan Soto situation extensively recently, and also why the Juan Soto situation did lead to a bunch of situations that nobody believed the New York Yankees would find themselves in, and we're going to break it all down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into things as always. And guys, if you're part of that 78% that's not subscribed to Yankees Digest, make sure to subscribe. You guys have been killing it with the likes and the subs and the views recently. Let's keep it up. We're on that grind to 6K right now. Let's keep it going. But let's jump into the video. There is a lot to discuss on the New York Yankees today. As look, for the first time since he signed with the New York Mets, Juan Soto makes his return to Yankee Stadium as part of the enemy, and Soto spoke out on this. Obviously, there's been a bunch of media surrounding the situation as the Yankees traded a lot for Juan Soto, and, well, after 1 year that saw the Yankees make the World Series and ultimately lose, Soto ended up booking it across town for the New York Mets. Now, the Mets were always looked at as a likely option for Juan Soto when it was between the Yankees and the Mets. There was a lot of discourse surrounding if Soto wanted to be the fan favorite, wanted to be the guy, which he would be on the Mets, as were the Yankees. They always had Aaron Judge, who was going to be the face of that team. On top of that, Soto did like the young core that the Mets had better than the Yankees' young core, which did have an impact on things as well, from what I've heard. So, basically, there's been a bunch of discourse surrounding Juan Soto, and where things stand right now, obviously the Mets have one of the best records, well, the best record in baseball, and the Yankees have also been great as well. These two teams are both powerhouses. They've been very good to start the season, and now they clash in what's going to be one of the most watched games in the MLB this season. Now, Soto spoke out on leaving the Yankees and gave some shocking anecdotes in this time, saying it was a tough decision. The Yankees were number one, but we couldn't get it done. But at the end of the day, things work out for a good reason. I trust what we've done, and we'll see what happens. On top of that, saying, I made a decision. I'm happy that I made it. You look around, we have an unbelievable team, and it's going to be a good team for a long time. So apparently the Yankees were where Juan Soto wanted to go, or that's what Juan Soto says. Here's the thing. He left for an extra $5 million. That's really what happened. Now, yes, there was also the other incentives, like his family gets their own suite and all that stuff that the Yankees didn't give him. So the Mets, they gave him the most in just incentives and money and everything. And so Soto decided to go with where he was getting the most offered to him, which was the New York Mets, which, you know what? Fair game. There's nothing that Yankee fans could argue about that. Oh, well, the Mets offered more. The Yankees didn't want to go that deep into their pockets. And even if they did, what would have happened is there would have been a recoil where everywhere else in the Yankees lineup would have seen budget cuts. They would have kept Juan Soto, but at the cost of not really improving the pitching at all. Max Fried would not be a Yankee, for instance. And on top of that, the Yankees would have more glaring holes on the roster just to keep around Juan Soto. And I'm not saying I'm happy Juan Soto left. I'm not. I wish Juan Soto was still a Yankee. That was an electric year. The Yankees obviously went to the World Series, so it was working. But now the New York Yankees have found themselves in a much different situation where they're still a great team, and they're more well-rounded, and they're even deeper. So, look, again, Juan Soto left, but the Yankees picked up the pieces very well. And, I mean, just 48 hours later, they signed Max Fried, who's the AL Cy Young right now. On top of that, they brought in Cody Bellinger, who's really starting to pick it up, and multiple other pieces as well. And look, Aaron Judge has talked about this and just Juan Soto leaving, something he didn't mention a lot. There was a lot of talk about how he posted something on Instagram with him and a bunch of his teammates, and Juan Soto wasn't in it, so there was definitely a bit of Judge being like, come on, man, I thought we had something here, which obviously was the case, but Judge is not going to speak on that publicly, of course. But he was asked about Juan Soto and all that, and he did say that he benefited from Soto being on the team, saying, I sat there and I got to watch 600 of his swings from the on-deck circle, so it was pretty amazing. And seeing his work in the cage every single day, so there's certain things you pull and grab from certain guys. I'll keep that to myself so the secret doesn't get out, but I think he taught a lot of things in here, or a lot of guys in here, a lot of good things, as I struggle to say that. But it's a good sign that Aaron Judge definitely did gain something from that experience, but Juan Soto gained something from the experience as well. what we're seeing was last year when Juan Soto was a Yankee, he had a 288 batting average with 166 hits, 41 home runs, and 109 RBIs with 128 runs scored in the 157 games that he played. Now, he was a silver slugger. On top of that, it was the first time he amassed 40 home runs in his career. He had an excellent batting average. His OPS was a 989, one of the best in the American League. Juan Soto had a career year with the New York Yankees and was third in MVP voting, but the fact is, Aaron Judge had the year Aaron Judge had, and also Bobby Witt Jr. had a phenomenal year. So it was two anomalies that kind of prevented Soto from being in that MVP conversation even more than he already was. But Soto certainly was the third best offensive player in the Major League, or in the American League last season. There was no doubt about it. Soto deserves a lot of credit for what he did with the Yankees. And look, I was mad at the time. I'm not that upset now, if I'm being honest. Look, I wish that he was still here, but at the same time, again, the Yankees would have a lot less than what they have right now. So you could look at it and sort of understand that everything was okay after Juan Soto left. It's annoying, and Aaron Judge is going to need to play well in the playoffs this year. It's pretty incumbent that he he just doesn't play poorly again. It's really, really going to be something that's important here for this Yankee team to work, is that you need Aaron Judge to play well in the playoffs. And Juan Soto played his best when he was playing with Aaron Judge. I mean, Soto this year is not having the same season. Look, he's good. I'm not acting like Juan Soto's not having an above-average year, but his numbers across the board are down. I mean, he's got 8 home runs, which is solid right now, but a 255 batting average, which is below his career average of 283. He's got an 845 OPS. His average is a 948. His slugging percentage is a 465. His average is a 529. His on-base percentage is a 380, and his average is a 420. So his numbers across the board are down in his first season with the New York Mets. So there's a lot to consider with this whole Juan Soto situation. Is he going to be worth the money in a couple of years? Did he peak on the Yankees, even though he's very young? There's going to be a lot of questions surrounding Juan Soto throughout the future, and to see how he plays this year and against the New York Yankees is going to be interesting in just the whole narrative surrounding Juan Soto this season. But Juan, we do know, benefited from playing with Aaron Judge. Judge is a 3.7 WAR already this season, which doesn't even make sense. He's got 15 home runs, leading the American League and just baseball in general. Batting a 412, because why not? While he has 41 RBIs, 3 stolen bases, has a slugging percentage of 782 with an on-base percentage of nearly 500. So, all right. His OPS plus is a 258. The average is 100. I don't even know how to respond. On top of that, you look at the fact that his OPS is a 1.279. His career average is over 1, which is absolutely nuts. And he's doing far better than that. And the average OPS is a 750. Aaron Judge is an absolute monster at the plate. Juan Soto's great, but the Yankees now get to move Aaron Judge back to right field, where back in right field, Judge is having the best season of his MLB career. So, in a way, things kind of worked out. And Aaron Judge does believe that things worked out for the New York Yankees at the end of the day, saying there's definitely a hole. A guy like Juan Soto is going to give you 40 home runs, hit close to 300, and drive 100 guys in. That's tough to replicate. When you get a chance to add Paul Goldschmidt and add Cody Bellinger, seeing what Trent Grisham's been able to do every single day has been huge. And Judge continued by saying, if I don't get the job done, I know Goldie or Belly are going to do it. Or Trent is going to lead off the game with a home run, which I think relaxes everybody a little bit. So the Yankees, they recoiled well. I mean, they had Trent Grisham from the Juan Soto trade already, but they brought in 2 great offensive players. I mean, Trent Grisham has been the best of the 3 guys who Judge mentioned. I mean, he's got 12 home runs this season, batting at 283, just playing like Juan Soto in every single way possible, except he's an elite fielder in the outfield as well, with a 996 OPS and a 177 OPS plus. Trent Grisham is 10th in the MVP race right now in the American League. Again, Judge is going to win it, so it's more just like, oh, wow, Trent Grisham is that good. He's going to be an all-star this season as long as this keeps up. He's got 22 RBIs on the year. His slugging percentage is a 628. His average is a 397 for his career. So Trent Grisham has figured out how to hit the ball with contact, and he's always had power in that bat. It's just he's struggled to make contact, which is in turn led to him not really getting a ton of home runs in his career, because even though he's strong, he couldn't make contact with the ball. Well, that's changed. Trent Grisham's the man, and we've seen it in every sense of the word. I mean, he's got a 1.3 WAR this season to Soto's 1.7, so he's being almost as productive as Juan Soto entirely. So shout out to Trent Grisham. Also, it's important to note that Ben Rice is also playing better than Juan Soto when it comes to offense right now, which is interesting considering he's a lefty and wears number 22. So the Yankees are just fine. However, they did bring in those two pieces. Now, Cody Bellinger, he did struggle to start the season. We're not going to act like he didn't. Bellinger did not have his greatest moments at the beginning, but he's getting better slowly, which is a very good sign. On top of that, we have seen Paul Goldschmidt be absolutely phenomenal. He also looks like an all-star this season, batting with a 346 average. His contact has been phenomenal this year, has 5 home runs as well. A slugging percentage at 506, which is very nice, and an OPS at 902 with an on-base percentage at 395. Paul Goldschmidt is looking like that MVP player that he was just a few seasons ago. So he's really bounced back. It feels like playing for a winning team has revitalized Paul Goldschmidt and gotten the 37-year-old back to who he is and emptying the entire clip this season with this New York Yankees team as he tries to win a World Series, something that's still very much in the realm of possibility for this New York Yankees team. But what do you guys think about all this? How do you think Soto is going to perform in this stadium behind me right now? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, guys. Go Yankees.